every single day. Your feed is flooded with people screaming about how AI is the easiest way to get rich. But here's the uncomfortable truth: most of those people haven't built a real business. They've just built content about building a business. They recycle the same ideas, the same screenshots, the same fake case studies, and they hope you never actually try it yourself. But the game has changed now. AI is no longer about playing with tools, it's about replacing real-world labor, solving expensive problems, and plugging directly into how businesses make money. And the only people who are going to win in this new wave are the ones who understand one thing: if your AI idea doesn't either save a business money or make them more money, it's not a business, it's a toy. So in this breakdown, I'm going to walk you through the only AI business models that actually work right now, rank them based on profitability, competition, and long-term survival. And at the end, I'll tell you exactly which one I would go all in on if I had to start from zero today. Let's start with something that's quietly becoming one of the most powerful opportunities right now: AI voice agents. Imagine a system that answers every call for a business, speaks naturally like a human, books appointments, qualifies leads, handles objections, and never misses a single opportunity. Now think about industries where missing one call could mean losing thousands of dollars: plumbers, dentists, lawyers, real estate agents. These businesses don't just want more calls, they want every single call handled perfectly. And that's where AI voice agents step in. You're not selling software here, you're selling reliability and revenue protection. When a business realizes they're losing money because they can't answer calls fast enough, suddenly paying $1,000 a month for an AI receptionist feels like a no-brainer. The profitability here is strong, no question. The competition, it looks crowded on the surface because everyone is talking about it, but very few are actually executing at a high level or closing real clients. And the longevity. Voice is one of the most natural ways humans interact, and AI is only getting better at it. This isn't going away anytime soon. So overall, this sits comfortably in a tier of solid, scalable opportunity with real demand. Now let's talk about something even more powerful: AI lead generation. This is where you stop selling services and start selling outcomes. Businesses don't wake up thinking, I need AI. They wake up thinking, I need more customers. And if you can walk into a business and say, I'll bring you qualified leads with names, emails, and phone numbers of people ready to buy, you immediately have their attention. With today's AI tools, you can scrape data, analyze intent, qualify prospects, and deliver high-quality leads faster than ever before. The reason this works so well is simply you're directly tied to revenue. When a business makes money because of you, they don't see you as a cost, they see you as an investment. That means you can charge more, retain clients longer, and scale faster. Yes, competition is increasing, and tools are making it easier for beginners to enter. But most people still don't understand how to package and sell leads effectively. And as long as businesses need customers, which they always will, this model has strong longevity. This is S-tier. You're literally selling money. Now here's where things get controversial: faceless AI YouTube channels. On the surface, it looks like the perfect passive income machine. You generate videos using AI, upload them daily, and collect ad revenue. Sounds amazing, right? The reality is brutal. Platforms are getting smarter, audiences are getting pickier, and low-effort content is getting buried. The algorithm doesn't reward automation, it rewards engagement. And when your content has no personality, no originality, and no real value, it doesn't matter how many videos you upload, you won't win. Even worse, many of these channels get demonetized quickly because they're seen as spam. There's no brand, no loyalty, and no long-term asset being built. Profitability is weak, competition is insanely high, and longevity is almost zero. This is F-tier. Not because AI content is useless, but because this lazy version of it is. Next, we move into AI content repurposing, which is actually a very practical and useful model. Every creator, every business, every brand is producing long-form content: podcasts, YouTube videos, webinars, but most of them aren't maximizing it. That's where you come in. You take one piece of content and turn it into 10 short videos, tweets, carousels, newsletters. With AI tools, this process becomes faster and more efficient, allowing you to deliver real value to clients who don't have time to do it themselves. The demand is definitely there, and businesses are willing to pay for consistency and reach. However, the downside is that tools are rapidly improving to the point where they can do most of this automatically. That means your window of opportunity might be limited unless you add strategy, creativity, and distribution into your offer. Profitability is decent, competition is moderate, but longevity is questionable. So this lands in B tier, a good starting point, but not something to rely on forever. Now let's talk about one of the most underrated opportunities, AI consulting. This is where you position yourself as the person who helps businesses understand and implement AI in their operations. Most companies know AI is important, but they have no idea where to start. They don't know which tools to use, how to integrate them, or how to measure results. That confusion is your opportunity. You come in, analyze their workflows, identify inefficiencies, and recommend AI solutions that save time and reduce costs. And here's the best part. You can charge premium prices for this because you're dealing with high-level impact. A simple audit can turn into a long-term implementation contract worth tens of thousands of dollars. Competition is surprisingly low because most people don't have the experience or confidence to offer this. And longevity. As AI keeps evolving, businesses will always need guidance. This is easily a steer, especially if you have domain knowledge in a specific industry. Now let's talk about something that looks simple on the surface, but is actually getting quietly destroyed by AI virtual assistants. For years, businesses hired people to manage emails, schedule meetings, organize data, and handle day-to-day operations. But now, AI can do most of that faster, cheaper, and without human limitations. You can build an AI-powered virtual assistant that acts like a chief of staff, handling inbox management, calendar coordination, follow-ups, research, and even basic decision-making workflows. And yes, you can still sell this as a service. Businesses will pay for convenience and time saving. But here's the problem: this space is getting crowded fast. Anyone with basic AI tool knowledge can offer this, which means pricing pressure is real. And long-term, AI itself will handle more of these tasks natively, reducing the need for a middleman. So while you can definitely make money here, especially if you bundle it with systems and processes, it's not a long-term moat. This lands in B tier, useful, but not elite. Next up, AI chat agents. If voice agents handle calls, chat agents dominate websites, WhatsApp, and messaging platforms. And let's be honest, most people today don't want to call. They want instant answers through chat, whether it's booking a table, asking about pricing, or getting support. People expect real-time responses. Businesses that don't provide that, they lose customers. This is where AI chat agents shine. You can build and deploy smart chat systems that answer questions, qualify leads, and even guide users toward purchases. And because these are usually sold as monthly subscriptions, you get recurring revenue, which is where real business stability comes from. But again, the barrier to entry is low. There are already platforms offering this out of the box, which means you're not just competing with freelancers, you're competing with software. Longevity is decent, but not bulletproof. Over time, this will likely become a standard feature in most tools. So this sits just below voice agent, strong, but not dominant. Now let's address one of the biggest traps in the AI space: AI trading bots. You've seen them. This bot makes 2% per day. Set it and forget it. Passive income. Sounds incredible, but think about it logically. If someone had a bot that consistently made money, why would they sell it to you for $50 or $100? They wouldn't. They'd use it privately and compound their wealth. The reality is most of these bots are either overfitted, short-term strategies, or just marketing funnels selling you a dream. Yes, you can make money selling the idea of a trading bot, but that's not the same as building a real, sustainable business. It's risky, ethically questionable, and not something that builds long-term value. Competition is high, trust is low, and longevity is almost zero. This is straight FD. Avoid it unless your goal is short-term cash with long-term problems. Now we move into something far more serious, AI in development. This is where things start getting interesting. Instead of selling a single tool or service, you're building systems, custom AI agents that handle specific business functions. Think sales agents that follow up with leads, operations agents that process documents, support agents that manage tickets, or internal assistants that coordinate workflows across a company. This is not basic automation, this is building a digital workforce, and businesses are willing to pay serious money for this, because it directly replaces labor, costs, and increases efficiency. The barrier to entry is higher. You need to understand workflows, integrations, and how to design systems that actually work. But that's exactly why the opportunity is massive. Fewer competitors, higher value, stronger positioning, and the longevity extremely strong. This is where the future is heading. Teams of AI agents working alongside humans. This isn't just SD, it's top of the top. Now let's talk about AI copywriting. This used to be one of the most valuable skills online: writing sales pages, emails, ads, and yes, AI has made it easier. It can generate content instantly, mimic tone, and produce decent first drafts. But here's the shift: basic copywriting is no longer valuable. Anyone can generate words. The real value now comes from strategy, positioning, and understanding the audience. If you're just offering AI writing services, you're competing with tools that cost $20 a month. That's a race to the bottom. But if you niche down, say, writing high converting emails for e-commerce brands or landing pages for SaaS companies, and you combine AI with real marketing thinking, you can still win. Profitability is decent, competition is intense, and longevity depends on how specialized you are. So this sits in upper B tier, not dead but definitely evolving. Finally, we reach one of the most advanced models, the AI Venture Studio. This is not for beginners, but it's important to understand because it represents the endgame. Instead of building one business, you build multiple. You test ideas, launch fast, validate quickly, and scale the winners. AI makes this possible because it reduces the cost and time required to build products. You can go from idea to prototype in days instead of months. And if something works, you double down. If it doesn't, you kill it and move on. This model has unlimited upside because you're not betting on one outcome. You're creating a system that produces outcomes, but it requires experience, capital, and execution ability. Competition at this level is different. You're not competing with beginners. You're competing with serious operators. And longevity, extremely strong. This is how modern companies will be built. Easily SD, but only if you're ready for it. So after breaking all of this down, what would I choose if I had to start from zero? Not the easiest option, not the trendiest one. I would focus on AI consulting combined with AI agent development. Here's why. Consulting gets you in the door. It lets you understand real problems, build relationships, and get paid for your thinking. Then, once you identify opportunities, you transition into building AI agents that solve those problems at scale. That's where the real money is. You're not just giving advice, you're implementing solutions. And once those systems are in place, you can charge ongoing fees, expand into new departments, and turn one client into a long-term revenue stream. And if I had to give you a simple roadmap, it would look like this. First, pick a niche. Don't try to serve everyone. Choose one industry where you understand the problems or are willing to learn deeply. Second, study their workflows. Where do they waste time? Where do they lose money? Third, design simple AI solutions. Start small. Even basic automations can create huge value. Fourth, sell the outcome, not the AI. Nobody cares about the tool. They care about results. And finally, once you prove it works, systemize it and scale. That's the real game. Not chasing tools, not copying trends, but building systems that make businesses better and getting paid for it.